Hi, my name is Rob Pruitt, Executive Director for the Cedar Valley Arboretum and Botanic Gardens. With the gardens being closed right now for the safety of our visitors and our volunteers, we don't want you to miss out on all the beautiful things that are going to start coming up this spring. So each week I'd like to do a little video tour of the Arboretum to show you what's growing on. Ready? Let's take a tour on this beautiful spring day. When I first walked into the Welcome Center this morning, the first thing that I noticed is that near the building, we have a daffodil that's just about ready to bloom. I bet by the end of the day, those flowers are going to come out, or if not, tomorrow. As you head up the main path, one thing you notice is how green the grass is starting to turn. With all that rain and the sunshine, things are really greening up. And I also noticed that our lilac bushes are really starting to bud out. It'll be just a couple of weeks and they'll probably start blooming. It's definitely a sign of spring when you see the robins out. As you can see in these beds that we're walking up on, volunteers planted thousands of tulips this last fall, and they are all just starting to come out. So you can see them popping out. So in these raised beds that are up here, there are over 3,000 tulips that were planted. One of the things that we don't cut back in the fall are our ornamental grasses. You can see how tall they get, and they look beautiful all winter. One of the jobs this week will be to cut back all these grasses to the ground so they can start growing for the spring. Oh look, there's Sparky the dinosaur. In the children's garden, you can see the elaborate fortification one of our volunteers made to protect the koi in the pond from getting eaten by critters. So let's go take a look and see if we can see any koi in the pond. Oh, there they are. Don't be shy. So in the fall, we put these aerators over the pond, and that keeps the water from freezing, and the koi hibernate over the winter. As you walk down the path towards the shade garden, you can see our daylily collection is just starting to show a little bit of life. You can see the green coming up in the daylilies. And if you look around, we still have our deer fencing up around the Master Gardener's orchard. As we're walking down the winding trail of the Arboretum Loop, you can see the 4-acre butterfly meadow. It's ready to be burned for this spring, and then it'll start growing soon. On the far side of the Arboretum Loop Trail is our magnolia grove. You can see as we start coming up on some of the magnolias that they're really budded out. It won't be too long and we'll see the beautiful magnolia flowers. As we cross over the bridge to the far east side of the Arboretum, you can see a 3-acre plot. It starts there and continues on that far side that we just planted this fall in our new pollinator zone mix, which is a 52 seed mix specifically designed for pollinators. It will be really fun to see this come up. It'll take 3 years for it to grow, because the first 2 years we'll have to mow it back a lot to keep the weeds out. We try to protect all of our younger trees, but every once in a while we forget one. And if you do, look what happened. The deer raked all the bark off of this birch tree. I don't think this one's gonna make it this spring. Thanks for watching and coming on the short tour of the Arboretum. Hope you enjoyed it. I think next week we'll see a lot more things popping up with the warmer weather. If you're interested in making a donation, getting or renewing your membership, you can do so online at cedarvalleyarboretum.com. So we'll see you next week, and be safe, everyone.